Hello, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our discussion about why investing in professional development at Bright Horizons is so important. I'm James Sharrod. I'm our Senior Professional Development Lead here at Bright Horizons, and I'm going to be your host this morning. Joining me today is Louisa Devonport and James Butler. Do you want to introduce yourself, guys? Good morning, Louisa.
Good morning, James. Good morning, everybody. My name's Louisa Devonport, and I'm the Professional Development Talent Manager, and I've worked at Bright Horizons for 12 years.
Brilliant. Thanks, Louisa. And good morning to you as well, James.
Good morning, James. Hi, good morning, everyone. My name's James Butler. I'm the Professional Development Lead for Leadership and Management, and I've been with Bright Horizons for just over a month now, so quite a short time, really.
Good stuff. And we were just discussing before we came on of how many Jameses we've realised that there are here at Bright Horizons. So as I said, my name's also James. I'm our Senior Professional Development Lead, and I've been here. It was my 13-year anniversary this month. So looking forward to having a discussion with both of you guys this morning. And we'll look forward and we'll get started. So the purpose of this discussion is for us to demonstrate the different opportunities that are available here to all Bright Horizons employees from the moment that they start their journey. As our lead for induction and talent, Louisa is going to be talking about how our new employees receive a really outstanding experience right from day one. And then all three of us are going to extend our discussion by considering how professional development is an individualized experience and how the possibilities and the potential for learning are endless. Okay, cool. Right, let's get started. So Louisa, we're going to start off by looking at induction. So could you tell us a little bit about an employee's induction at Bright Horizons and why it's been so successful for us?
Yeah, of course, James. So when I think about induction, I think about the user experience, how we want people to feel from day one, and even before they start with us. So the information that we're sharing with them, what to expect and when to expect it. But our core compliance induction, which is their first 3 days, which we refer to as My Bright Arrival, is out of ratio. So there's no unexpected pressure or stress to go straight into the room working with the children. Actually, what we want to do is invest that core time with them within those first 3 days around what are those key training modules we want them to complete, what are those key policies that we want them to have that information about, and to be able to observe things that are happening in the room, have time to get to know the team, meet the different roles of the people within the team, and really to think about their role and the expectations of what they can bring to the children and the families in those nurseries. So we've got the core My Bright Arrival, which covers the first 3 days. And then we transition into My Bright Journey. So then there's a 6-month induction plan, which really does then layer up that understanding and knowledge around key Bright Horizons policies and practices, what our high performance standards are, and what's really expected of them in their roles. And that covers things from our Bright Beginnings curriculum, which is unique to Bright Horizons, right through to safeguarding modules and health and safety modules, and for them to be the very best version of themselves in the role that they're doing in the nurseries.
Brilliant. It sounds like you've got all bases covered there, Louisa, and I've seen from experience people talking glowingly about how well the induction's going. James, you yourself, you've been here just over a month now. How's your induction going?
Yeah, really, genuinely, absolutely fantastic. It's one of those things when you start a new job, you want to feel like part of the team and part of the culture and part of the family. And I'm really lucky to have had that experience already as part of my bright arrival at Bright Horizons. One of the things that I thought was really beneficial with me was obviously getting that rich instruction that everyone gets, but also the opportunity to do additional modules and additional training which supported me in my role. So I did a Bright Beginnings module. Bright Beginnings is our core curriculum that we have at Bright Horizons, which is what we deliver in our nurseries to our children. And having an idea of exactly what's going into the settings and what the children are getting out of us is so important. So it was really just for me to do that. And I also did some individual coaching modules delivered by yourself, James, of course. And those two things in particular have such a huge impact for me in my role because I know what's happening. I know how to best support the people that I'm working with. And obviously, they're just having that instant impact so I can go into my role and be delivering from day one is really important. So the instruction is so important for me.
James, just one of the things that I didn't mention was actually part of our new employees starting is that they're assigned an induction buddy, and that's really vital for them to have that point of contact that they can go to, and to really support them throughout their journey. So James Butler, a question for you, kind of, and how that worked for you and how you felt that that was a valuable piece to your induction.
So the induction buddy, okay, my induction buddy was James. So, you know, in this syntax, I've got to be really careful. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. Honestly, you have got to have someone who's been in role for a significant period of time, who knows how the business works, who knows the kind of role that you're going to be doing, is so useful. And you just get so much out of it because again, it's that introduction to being part of the team and feeling like part of the family. So it's really used to have that buddy to go to with all your concerns, all your worries, anything that pops up. It's really valuable.
Excellent. Thanks, James.
Yeah, thanks, James, and thanks for your kind words. Absolutely did not tee him up for that one at all, but yeah, I appreciate it nonetheless. Louisa, how do you see that working with an induction buddy in our nurseries then? So how would that actually work for anybody that was starting in our nursery?
Yeah, so what that looks like, again, right prior to a new employee walking into day one in that nursery setting, is that they'll be aware of who their induction buddy is, and that induction buddy will meet them on their first day as well. So they're already building that relationship with them and building that rapport with them, and that induction buddy will guide them through not just their first 3 days but their whole 6 months. So it could be somebody that's based in the same room as them, so they've instantly got that point of contact on the day-to-day routine stuff, or somebody within the nursery that they know who they can go to help them, and they'll really kind of be guiding them through, you know, the ways in which we work at Bright Horizons, signposting them to key information on some of our systems, but also just showing them that the real day-to-day routine activities that they need to be aware of.
Awesome, good stuff. Thanks, Louisa. James was touching on some of the learning that he's already been able to do at Bright Horizons, and you know, James talked about the Bright Beginnings and being able to do some of that coaching training as well. Louisa, you've obviously been with Bright Horizons for a number of years. Kind of, what's some of the opportunities that you've had over the years to be able to learn, but also to be able to grow and develop yourself?
Yeah, so absolutely. I've been here for 12 years this year, and I joined Bright Horizons as a nursery manager. So I was a nursery manager for a number of years. So actually spending time with the staff team in those nurseries, getting to work with them, and I always look at what does this look like, sound like, and feel like from a child's perspective. But actually, I think that's just as important from a practitioner's perspective as well. So actually, you know, I loved being part of the staff team, going into the rooms, nurturing them, investing in them, and then for me, I recognise that that's the area that I then wanted to really transition into more specifically. So I then joined part of our apprenticeship team and was an assessor for a number of our learners across the UK in supporting them with their qualifications. So again, for me, investing kind of my own knowledge and my own experience of not just from qualifications that I've completed, but my experience of Bright Horizons, my knowledge that I can bring to their role, and investing in them to, you know, show them what other career opportunities are available to them, you know, to really nurture their own individual career plan, really. And then from the apprenticeship work, I then moved into professional development, where I was a consultant supporting a number of different departments with learning needs, delivering training, and that could be to our apprentices, to the staff in the rooms, and also some of our support office staff. And then more recently, I've taken on the role of talent and induction lead. So for me, when I think about my journey and my transition into my different roles, it's always been about the people. It's always about investing in people and supporting people to be in the right roles at the right times, and, you know, identifying how we can be supporting them as an individual as well as in the settings or within the business. And for me, it's about just everybody has the potential, and if we get induction right from the start, which we really have done, you know, if we're investing in people's talent and upskilling them with knowledge and experience, then they'll flourish in their career with us.
Yeah, I love that. Thanks, Louisa, and thanks for reminding us about the apprenticeships as well. I mean, I myself have been on a huge journey at Bright Horizons, and every opportunity that I've had has been through an opportunity to be able to learn. only recently I've had the opportunity to do my apprenticeship in my level 7 in my masters, which is something that I never would have been able to do without that commitment from Bright Horizons, which has been fantastic. And that goes right through from our apprenticeships from level 2, our level 2 apprenticeships, our level 3s for all of our nursery practitioners, right through to level 7. So there really is a journey for everyone to move right through. James, as part of your new role, you're going to be looking after some of our leadership and management apprenticeships. Just wondered whether you could tell us a little bit more about those and kind of who they're for.
Yeah, well, definitely. So one of the things that's really crucial one of the things really important about working at Bright Horizons is that very much we don't see leadership as the top end of your development journey. That journey is going to continue as we work through. So we have a level 3 and level 5 apprentices for our leadership and management skills, and that's something that's really valuable, I think, for people coming into those roles, because they know that we don't see that as the end of their journey. You're not here as a manager. You're here to manage it, and we're going to develop you further. So the apprenticeship scheme is available for them as well.
Yeah, thanks, James. I think that's so important, isn't it? I think of anybody that may be unhappy in their role, it's because they can't see how they want to move forward. And we're trying to put things in place so that everybody has that opportunity to continue to progress and to be able to learn and to be able to develop, which is fantastic. So talk to me then. If we had a new employee starting with us in one of our nurseries, what might their journey look like from day one right through their career with us? What sorts of opportunities might they have along that journey? Louisa, I'll come to you first.
Yeah, and like I've identified already, day one that they're already being invested in with their learning and their knowledge and their experience through our core compliance training modules. So that really does, set the expectations and the standards of, what we need them to know about in order to do their role that they've been employed for. And then throughout their 6-month induction, there are, layers upon layers of additional training modules that they would be completing. And that covers things such as early years through to safeguarding, to health and safety. And that's broken down into into individual modules every month for their 6 months induction. And then actually within their month 6 program, we really focus on what's next, what's available to them, what else can they be looking at or researching, and we encourage them to create a personal development plan, and that would identify then what additional courses that they might be interested in completing. We signpost them to the apprenticeship qualification station that they can be exploring what else is available to them, and any of our other external providers that we have that offer training as well. So that's kind of the first 6 months. But it doesn't stop there either. They have access to our own internal training calendars of our own internal training that's being delivered, and that covers a wide spectrum of different courses that could be of interest to them as well.
Brilliant. Thanks, Louisa. And James, I know that you're working on some really exciting stuff at the moment. Any sneak peeks that you can give us of what might be coming along the line?
I think one of the things that has really sort of excited me about working at Bright Horizons was that we relentlessly invest in your future, and that's something that is going to be a core part of my role and the things that I'm developing at the moment. So one of the things that I'm working on at the moment is a hub which will be central for our high-performing teams and our high-performing leaders and the people who we really are going to invest in going forward, and that could be you. People on this call today. So one of the things that we're looking at developing is lots of support programs and modules that really will give you the skills to be the best practitioner that you can possibly be. And that might be getting you through into your room leader role, into a third in charge, a deputy manager, a manager role, or even beyond. Like Louisa's talked about, her flight path has taken her from a nursery manager at Bright Horizons to where she is today. And like I say, we're going to relentlessly invest in you and your future. So this is the right place to be if you have aspirations to go right through an organisation.
And I think what's really exciting from that is then where kind of the other part of my role comes in is around the talent. So actually how we then do invest in people. So, like James has mentioned, we've got this hub of, curriculums and development plan programs that will be available. But then actually what we then do from a talent perspective is we've got things such as talent coaches that we're about to introduce into the business. So actually thinking about people's careers and having those real career conversations, and really listening to what interests people and what's exciting people, right through to having kind of succession planning. So if somebody in the nursery has identified that actually they want to be a room leader or they want to be a nursery manager, well, how do we succession plan for them? How do we create that flight path for them to be able to be successful at that? And I think that's really exciting, to really be able to focus on somebody's individual talent and what they want to do as a career, and how as a business we're really investing in that now.
Yeah, and I can absolutely, live that true, because I remember 13 years ago, it was probably to the day actually. I was 1 month in, and my first 6 weeks that I did, I was a bank member of staff, working 50-hour weeks, trying to do as much as I could to earn some money after I just finished studying. So, and then all of my opportunities have come as a result of the learning and professional development that Bright Horizons has offered. So I'm now so proud to now be part of that team that now gets to deliver that to other people. Cool. All right. Well, thank you ever so much, Louisa and James, for joining us this morning. It's been great to catch up with you both. And to everybody that's watching along, thank you for joining us as well. Okay. All right. If you've got any questions or comments, please do pop them into the chat. And we'll look forward to catching up with you all soon. Okay. Take care, everyone. Thanks, everyone.